Hey everyone, Dr. Troy Dickwitz here, your Monday office moment, and I want to talk to you today about retention, and we're going to look at a specific topic in retention. Look, there's two parts of retention. There's education, and then there's the experiences that people have when they come in. Today we're going experiences, and namely initial experiences, that first impression. And so what we do in this is that you probably want to sit down with your team and go through this, and you sit down and say, okay, what is the initial impression that we give people? And there's a couple opportunities that we have if you think about it, right? Like the one that is hopefully going to blow people away, that initial impression that they get when they're talking on the phone and making that initial appointment. Then there's the next one, which is, that's that whole conversation. That's the conversation. It's the wrap up of the conversation. It's how you follow up the conversation, whether it's with an email or a video. There's a lot that takes place in that first impression. Then there's when they come in the front door. That's a first impression that they're going to get with the front desk people, the CAs at the front desk, maybe the way the office is presented. And then all of a sudden, there's the third opportunity, which is when they finally meet the doctor in an initial examination, or I should say the consultation/examination. So it's crazy because we talk about you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and yet we have 3 different categories in our offices of first impressions. If you think about it, think about this, you do. You have that phone call, that's a first impression, right? And so is it good, is it great, is it amazing? And that's the whole phone call, not just how you answer it, but how you are directing the person on that call and even follow up afterwards. And then they come into your office, and this is your second chance. You get a second chance at a first impression. So here they come. If I was good here and I blow them out of the water here, I've just raised their experience in the office. I've raised their expectations. Maybe they weren't expecting much at first. Like, well, that was kind of average. And they didn't even think about it. Now all of a sudden they come in and boom, they've been blown away. Wow, it's like you actually get a second chance to make a first impression. So you want to make sure you blow them out of the water. Imagine if you blow them out of the water both times. And then we get a third opportunity when they go into an exam room and they sit down for a consultation and an examination. So you literally sit down and you break this down. And you say, okay, well, I'm going to kind of flow chart this, right? And I'm going to look at the phone call first. And again, what are we doing to go above and beyond? Are we sending a follow-up email or a follow-up video? A follow-up video that comes from the doctor. Think about that one. Hey, I'm so excited about your first visit to our office, and I'm Dr. Troy, and we're super excited to meet you. We're going to talk about a couple of things, so just kind of get your mind ready for that. We've also sent you the examination paperwork, the consultation paperwork. Fill that stuff out. It's going to save you time when you come into the office. Or your CA could do that video. But think of how impactful it is that the doctor takes the time to do a video like this so that you're orienting them. They've already seen your face. They already know who to expect when they walk in the office. What are you doing to upgrade that initial visit phone call, and even when it's over, and the follow-up when you send them the paperwork via email? And then we go to day 2 when they actually walk into our offices. Now all of a sudden they come into the office, and when they walk into the office, it's a matter of how are they being greeted? Are we excited to see them? Are we walking out from behind the front desk? They're brand new. Are we walking out from behind the front desk, shaking their hand and kind of giving them the lay of the land? They don't know where they're going. And so instead of standing behind the front desk, we say, well, walk out in front. It's so nice to meet you. Maybe give them a hug. Maybe shake their hand, but shake their hand with both hands. Welcome them and ask them if they would like a glass of water or a bottle of water, however you do it in your office, or do you need anything? Please come over here and have a seat. You'll notice there's 3 different areas that you're going to go in the office. Today we're taking you down this way. Not the full tour. If you like the full tour, that's great. I'm not a full tour fan. But what can we do to go above and beyond in this experience? And then we go and we have the exam, and then the consultation, and then the exam. What are we doing to make them feel just so damn comfortable? And then there's the follow-up after the day 1. Think about this. Think about this, and you're going to look at it through your lens. You're going to look at it through your chiropractic lens, okay? And you're going to go and initially go through all 3 of these phases, these opportunities that we have, all 3 of them. But then I want you to take a break. I want you to go take a look over here. And I want you to look at 3 or 2 or 4 of the businesses that you've gone to that they just had an amazing wow experience on their first contacts. Maybe it was something they sent you. Maybe it was an email and an email follow-up and a letter and a phone call or a video or whatever. I want you to think of a couple of the businesses that you've gone to, that you've been a part of, where they had an amazing experience for you. And maybe it was Disney World. Maybe it was the Ritz-Carlton. I don't know where it is for you. But it's look at any business where you've had an amazing experience, and start to write down the things that they did. And the idea would be, how can I translate this into my own office? Again, look, this is, when we look at retention, it's a matter of saying, how can we continually up our game to continue to put value on the service that we provide, to continue to show them how important they are to us, and that we want to give them the best care possible. Now, some of you will watch this and go, well, we already do a good job, so we don't have to change. And that's fine. You can stay mediocre and average. But at some time in life, good stops being good and it becomes mediocre. And then from mediocre, it becomes bad. And then from bad, it sucks. So you can either find ways to constantly grow and expand, or eventually you will shrink. It's your choice. My hopes for you today is that you just dive in this one particular area, the first impressions that people are going to have in your business, and identify where are some areas that we could really do a service upgrade. Most people love it when I talk about the first visit video of kind of an introduction from the doctor, and then having a follow-up. So after they've come in so you look at the second phase and they come in and they've had their exam and consultation, then we have another follow-up video that shares with them what we're going to do in the reported findings. It just pre-frames them. Where are areas that you can pre-frame? That's gonna increase value. It might answer some questions that they have if you're already nailing these things up front. Think about this. Get out of that box that you're in. Think outside the box and look at what other people are doing and how can you translate that into chiropractic. This becomes fun, it increases the value of your service, and it also helps. It helps in increasing retention. Remember, they still gotta know why they're there and why they're gonna stay, but a great service model always helps us in increasing patient retention. So that's all I've got for you here today. I am Dr. Troy Dukowitz. This has been our Monday Office Moment. Roll up your sleeves and get to work. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.